Welcome in, Benny. Unfortunately, you are gonna have to wait a little bit because I am starting off with doing my makeup. Because you never know where the girlies are who don't know how to do their makeup. Do. Not going too insane today. Trying to pick what colors I want to do. You know what? I'm gonna go pretty simple today. I think I might go with a little bit more of a natural smoky. And just mix it up just a touch by starting with gold instead of silver, because that's very like me. All right. Step one we gotta start with. Prime the face. What I'm using right now, marshmallow primer. Just like painting, this primes the face for what we are about to put on it. And I didn't shave this morning just to show how well the coverage can be with some of your makeup, so you don't have to worry about being perfectly smooth every single day. Start by putting that primer on. And then...
Here you go.
Thank you, love.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna move over to my e.l.f. primer for my eyelids. It's gonna be a little unique and different for me because, as you can see where everything's not flipped in my camera, I am not used to doing my makeup unmirrored. That's the primer for the eyeshadow. I'm going to remember what makeup I brought up with me and see if there's anything I can cheat with a little bit. Ooh, mirror. Not perfect, but You know, I was gonna go simple, but I realized something that's way funnier. And this is gonna be hilarious, so let me just start with a little bit of white as my base, because I figured out exactly how I want to do that. We're going with the theme. It is a white shimmer. I'm not as big of a fan of the elf primer than just using the marshmallow on my eyelids, but I wanted to try and at least show the basic things and remind people that not all primers are created equal, and not to use regular primers on your face off the bat unless you know it's good for your eyes. I will also note when we do get to Colonel Sanders that I have not played this game before, so that's going to be a fun exploration. We'll get a nice base layer of this white in. That is one of the reasons that we use a shimmer white whenever we want to use a white, because white does not stick or pop super well. I mean, it does sometimes, but it's gonna blend, it's gonna blur. So if you're using like a white shimmer, it's gonna catch the lighting. Which is also why, if we change the lighting, white changes. All right. Now what I'm doing for this look is I'm gonna end up doing a little bit of a red and white smoky that goes into a little bit of a crispy dark at the end. Color switch. What this does is gets a lot of that excess off of my brush so that I can switch colors. I might want more reds for this, because I changed my mind. So give me just a second. I'm gonna run and go grab color palettes because I changed my color look right after coming up. Happy turn! Whee! So, I need more reds. If I'm doing some more Colonel Sanders theme, I need more than one red for my eye. And a black. Like, I need shiny red for the top layer. I need dark red and another black with some shimmer in it for fade out. And of course, I just need my palette with some pinks in it, because that's just how we do. All right, me, wait. Get our music on. All right. I want to use the bright red from the Morphe palette first, actually. Name of this color is Nicole. I just took 2 light little swipes, and now I'm just gonna fit like a cigarette. The weirdest way to say it, but that's how it be. I'll do this so that y'all can see exactly what I'm doing. Choosing where we want to start to block off the color a little bit. Blend that in. I took 2 little light swipes. You'll see the red pigmentation on the tip. And I just knock it on this like it's a cigarette. And this is not the technique for everyone. I like to block my colors out. It's a little easier. I can shape things roughly to where I want. What we can do, take a touch of this light pink right here. Block a line of that in right there. Because what that'll do is when I go back to blend in, it'll pop that red a little bit more, making it lighter without making it too much. That's why I put a light slightly on top of a dark. Color switch again. Go slightly darker now with our red. We're going to be using the red from the Kat Von D Serpentina palette, which is called Blood Milk. I did the swipies. And wipe a little. Dry off a little. Switch. I'm gonna go a little bit darker red, which this is the Lime Crime Venus XL. I'm gonna go a little darker and go with the Botticelli right here down. It's almost brownish red. Have you noticed I took just the tiniest little bit, and then we're gonna, you notice, dust. All right.
Just grabbing my laptop.
I know it's not even right now. You may be thinking, Lena, that looks bad. Why aren't you fixing it? And I will say, if you notice, my eyebrows are not even to begin with. So it does make it hard to do a look like this. I will curve it. I will have it corrected. And that's right here that makes it look so bad, but when we clean it up, we'll be able to fix that so it doesn't go down. This eyebrow, I just it naturally goes up. And something I can do is I can remove a little bit of that darkness. right here along the top. All right. I have one more color I have to just kiss in, which is black. This is when I am going to switch over to my pointed brush. You can see. And I'm going to use, going back to Kat Von D Serpentina, touch of the Ankh, because it does have a little bit of gold in that. Know that the little kiss of black when it comes to blending makes a world of difference. Now, yes, it looks silly. So, as you can see, I definitely want to bring some of that red across. You want to bring a touch of that blood milk back in. Now you're thinking, okay, that looks weird. Don't worry, this is why we blend. This is why there's more steps. It's okay if the makeup looks bad at first. This is why becoming a professional blender matters too. Blending brush. Probably thinking, Lena, what is wrong with you? What do you mean blending? Look. We take this and we blend it out. Make it all come in together for one solid look. We do it again to this side. But the clean side, take the light, we bring it out into the dark. Then we can just brush the dark up and in. Make that smoky really blend. Just like Lena. What happened to that silver? You can't actually see it still. Now, we blended that all in. And the reason why this becomes easy and the reason we didn't clean it up before Hi, Phoenix. Yeah, of course, Phoenix. You gotta get hot to seduce the Kentucky Colonels. Everyone knows that. I definitely need to add a touch more dark into this. Also, as you can see, I've definitely made some creative choices throughout my go. Or like what I'm doing next and how I'm gonna do this. But if you noticed, I started with the eyes. The reason you always start with the eyes is because if you change your mind on the look you want to do, you're only removing one step. Actually, I'm gonna add some more light colors in here because I don't think it's popping enough of that light. And this is part of the reason why I said whites are such a bitch to work with. Which is why I'm gonna actually add a little bit of silver in with the Hi, Phoenix.
Hi. I was like, how slow can I?
Hey, hi, Phoenix Sky.
Mwah.
You're a guy and I'm a dirty boy kisser.
You are a dirty boy kisser, my dirty boy kisser. Mwah. We got the 5 cases, bang.
Oh?
Well, this guy giving it away, he was tired of standing outside, so he just brought us 5 cases and bang. So, he's gonna bang in the fridge. If you want.
Thank you. Do you like my my KFC inspired makeup so far?
Yeah. I like that it's KFC inspired, I see it.
What do you think I'm playing today? If it's KFC inspired.
I love you, Colonel Sanders.
I love you, Colonel Sanders.
I hope you have fun.
I'm going to.
Yay, okay.
You cutie.
I would like cozies.
Yeah, you get cozy. Yeah. It's really interesting to like dust in a little bit of black. All right, so got most of the eye done. You couldn't guess. I'm gonna quickly just add a little bit of eyeliner. I know it ain't perfect, it ain't even, it ain't level, but I prefer liquid liner. But I am poor and can't afford it right now. So you're dealing with what you got. I say, I am poor and cannot afford liquid liner. And then pull out a $50 bottle of mascara. Because, girl, know your value. Know your things. Get your things that you know. And right now, you do the liner, you just add that mascara. And what I like to do is I like to just blink straight into it as I'm brushing upwards. And you know, for the tips, I'm just getting that. I mean, don't we all aspire to be half as hot as fucking Tim Curry? Alright. Refresh the brush. And you may be wondering what the name of this $50 mascara is for this tube. It is called Better Than Sex. It is a very, very good brand of mascara. Which I added a thicker coat to that. Oh yes, if not David, if not Tim Curry, then David Bowie, absolutely. And that's what you spend half an hour on, just your eyes. And you notice I did do my face when I primed, but this step is a lot fucking faster. In all honesty, the eyes are the longest thing. All right, let me just make sure I have all my things. There's one line. There we go. This is my concealer. All right, let me just. Use the concealer for blemishes and such. No, it helps. Brightening that all the way. I forgot to bring my pore stuff up, so I'm just gonna do this real quick. Concealer should help with those extra thick pores on my nose. And a little bit of concealer can go a long way with a little bit of stubble on a day like today. Which is why I wanted to add these makeup tips in today, because I didn't feel like shaving, so. You're probably like, oh. This looks weird. This is not gonna look good. What are you doing, girl? You're just literally applying some random crap to your face. Don't let the men know. Okay, I am using a soft blending brush today, so this is going to be a little interesting. So we prime the house. I want the foundation. We just neat. This is what everything is going to be built on top of. Hmm. Do, do, do. All right. Couple more things, and then we will be all set for finishing off the makeup look. So. Alright. I get a little bit contour on the outer edges of my nose. Touch there. Then I actually do a small contour along the chin just to make it pop a little. And then whoop, whoop. Thank you. A little highlight on top of the nose.
Phoenix Foxtrot 510 expects loot for spending 69 beans. The Fool.
Phoenix Foxtrot 510 just redeemed thirst for 1 beans.
All right. Where did I put the blush? Also, contour and highlight. The contour I used was Hula by Benefit. Then Cookie by Benefit is the highlight. I can see, still kind of looks a little weird. We're not done yet. So we come in here, we grab the blush that I brought up with me. There.
Hydrate or die straight, bitch.
Velvety Mushroom expects hydrate for spending 250 beans. The Fool.
Not done yet. Trust me, it's not done yet. It's never done, but it's not done yet. Wait, where did I just put? There. So now I'm adding powder, which is gonna just lock in a lot of the smeary stuff into each other when we go to blend. Now we take this little beauty blender and very, very gently across our face, blending in all these colors, contour, and blush, and highlight. Now, just for a little bit of accent, I also like to make sure that I do my eyebrows as well, which is why I come in here and I use this little brush. Now, with this tip side, you remember, I never touch these. So, I'm just gonna grab a little bit of this red. Looks like I'm doing this to both sides now. A little bit of bright red in there just to sparkle it up a more. And then we're going to just finish this all off, taking this red one off. Just doing a couple more. Small details with my glitter. Yeah. I just want to make sure that I have. Hearts and junk. I thought y'all'd be happy about me putting some white hearts and stars in here. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. It needs more crap. Actually went to go not overdo it, and now I have to overdo it. Because it's got... Oh, all I can think of. Okay, so we got it all. It's all on. Now what? The most important step. Setting spray. Close your eyes. The stuff is like it's a sprayed clear coat. Go into my creator dashboard real quick. Okay. All right. All right, so we're gonna go to 3-minute ad break.
Get in my charger.
Okay. I took some good pictures of my makeups.
Let me see it. I saw it on the screen, but let me see in person. Aw, you're so beautiful. Mwah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I did not hear your answer. Because Starter started playing the music and I didn't hear you.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
I think I got my alcohol. I mean, unless you want to be friendly and bring some stuff down for me,
I remember.
because I don't need any of my makeup stuff anymore. So I can at least give you.
Put that under.
At least the basics. Because I can make sure I bring the cup down at least. Like,
This is odd.
that's fine. Doo-doo. Thank you. Love you too. I'll properly clean those brushes at a later point. Look at that, 2 ad breaks, and we ended up perfectly getting our makeup done. Woo! Picture mode. All right, looks coolest there, even though it's most in the way there for this screen, but I don't care. All right, let's actually get to our game now. Sorry about the long wait, but I know I got people who want to know how I do my makeup, so looks like I can do this to this game. game is a little loud? Or was the music? Ah, music blasted you, okay. Okay, let me just do the smart thing. I will adjust my computer volume for the game, because that is definitely up too high. See, when I've never played a game before, I forget that I have to bring it to like 30% volume. There we go. Welcome in.
Cindy_Bella_ thought it was wise to use 2 beans on second.
All right. We're gonna do this today. Hold on, let me just be a good doobie of a streamer. Hi, babe.
I was silly and forgot to bring you this last time and get my mouse. And I had a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, that doesn't look like a fresh bottle of Baja Blast. If you got it like that from the store, you might want to go back.
But it's mostly cold and it's super, super cold because I put it in the freezer.
No, I'm being silly. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Laying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. Take this seriously. So violent to little clock. I didn't hit the clock. Well, actually, yes, I did. I smashed that bitch. I could have been more violent. I could have thrown it out the fucking window. I better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth, brush, hair, combed, pits, deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Just what you need to get your blood flowing. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. What a fucking name for a fucking... All right. Also, welcome in, Cindy. Standing in the quad, yes. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met. and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Lena. Are you excited for the first day for the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am. Excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam, raised by Master Chef parents, she always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're gonna do great. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. Okay. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss, she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Let's give her a pep talk. You know what? Yeah. I just want to be over here. That'll look better. Yeah, this is the pose. This is the pose. Remember last month when we saw a fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me the nightmares. I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet. And she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy looking tower? And that other card featuring that handsome fellow in the red suit? I've been waiting so long to meet that handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves beginning to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have those killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? You can definitely believe it. Look at that job. I cannot believe it. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands onto the ground. Hey. Oh God. It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil. But you can't help but be filled with jealousy. You can get anything she can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Doop. Hello, Ashley. Checking something real quick, because I'm trying to see when I can actually get Ghost Chat to go over a game. No. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. Hey, you leave Lena's shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's usually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in a mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Van Van? You rang. You've never been really sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You think they'd just hand us our diplomas now, or maybe just hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's not the time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Oopsie! I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you. My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I think he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Lena. Are you gonna make me hold the door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? I think it's just you. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. Adorable. No, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? He must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Wolf. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuance of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. You're immediately swept up. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get some aura up in this bitch. Hold on. I realized that I might want to do that ASMR thing and get up and close and get the voice good. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be this handsome? Time stands still. It's him. If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Professor Dog, before he can finish the sentence. No, I'm gonna do that suave voice for Harland. Please, call me Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of the desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you. You're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a lot. Maybe we could open the window back there before faucet pit melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Hey, Fries, welcome in. We're clearly dating Colonel Sanders today. That's what we're doing. No, I realize I can make me down here. Nobody cares about this little corner. Boop. Besides, when Lena sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. Me? I don't sweat. I shimmer. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot. Professor Dog steps into the little class, steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there may even be adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on a fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in this school with you as my teacher. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you, students. Tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkle is referencing, whom appears to be a sort of industrial kitchen appliance? The class bursts into laughter. This motherfucker, he's blinking with his dials. That's some creepy shit. Is that who Student is? I really hope that Student isn't the real love interest. That's gonna make me real sad. I want to bang Colonel Sanders. That's why I put sexual explicit on this. We're gonna be. Feel free to thirst all you want. If AutoMod clicks anything, I have my mod view up so that I can accept messages that don't get past the censor. I'll even. I will guarantee I'm in mod view as well. Hear me out, hard D. Hard. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose in the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkle's reputation for being smart but tough is well known. Oh. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know what to give. I don't know what to give the teacher. You know what? We've got chat people, so I'll make a poll. It's like I'm a streamer. This is what I have a fancy computer for. I mean, it is Colonel Sanders based. I'm going to assume the chicken is probably the best option. Thought I'd let everyone get a chance to vote in the poll. A little more fun when we get some audience participation. Also, Cindy, thank you so much for chatting so much since jumping in. It's always nice to have a new chatty person in our community. Whereabouts did you end up finding me? I like to figure out where, what communities people find me from. Oh, 3 votes for chicken snacks. Awesome. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Well, I think there might be some competition for a new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to him. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, Lena, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me, if you're interested. Oh, we're gonna thirst for Colonel Sanders, so we're gonna go with everything to fuck Chicken Boy. We're fucking Chicken Boy. That is the goal today. I don't even know if that's a thing in this game, but we're gonna fuck the Chicken Man. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me the seat. I've only ever had 2 rules. Do all you can, and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic, if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled in your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a pop quiz about me. A quiz about me. This is incredibly important and surprising short quiz will tell me if you're ready for life at a culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question 1. If train A traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? Obviously a spork. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Is Sprinkles a good boy? He's the best boy. You look up to see Carlson has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity, Lena. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch! Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would be so serious about eating. The delicate fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? It must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everybody cheers. But Lunch! She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mystery student has created. You've heard that he's very talented. But were the rumors true? Is this. Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders had filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculations, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What? You think we want your stupid recipes, dude? Secret recipe, dude? Sure. Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at a sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up. But she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment it was only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent. As she slides something closer to Colonel Sanders, she realizes that he is destined for greatness. And fame with cooking skills like this, she wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van, the man. If you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He's starting to starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. We can focus your mind and meditate on this moment and try to identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart, or swim towards the light. I think I'm gonna savor the moment. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time. As I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other, right? He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Learning shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie. I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone. Then he leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient that you can't tell. I use. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Wow, I would have never guessed that. In fact, I'm not even sure where you get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared while everyone else is still in the cafeteria. You decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, sitting in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. Sounds like you've got big plans. I dare to say, the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you try to figure out this is the perfect moment to show him your personality. Neg him to show him your own strength. Wow him with a big idea. Be modest but thoughtful. Well, I just really wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty and savory and peppery, it was just perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Lena. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show off our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I really blow it? You're not going to blow anything. Except maybe kisses at the crowds of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome, students, to the Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we will be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel? Would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2, that is. Me and you, if that wasn't clear. Wanna be my partner? Surely no. I'll prepare a station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Oh my, two potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you have to pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? I don't know, guys. What do we think? Do we want to do Pop or Clank? You guys want me to throw a poll up, or do you just want to throw it in the chat? Because there's not a lot of you, so you can do votes over chat. Always an option. You got a good feeling about Pop. Sorry, Clank, but Miriam will be partnering with Pop today. Pop gives a big smile and he steps up to the same station as Miriam. I'm a chef. He holds up a banana and without peeling it, proudly eats the entire thing. Oh, Phoenix, I think you picked very poorly. It's disconcerting, but Miriam is too kind to act grossed out. Love your enthusiasm, Pop. She looks at you like, really? This kid? It's too late to change your choices now. It's time to focus on your own cooking. All right, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest your partner, Sir Colonel Sanders? Grandma's mashed potatoes and gravies, because it's fucking Colonel Sanders we're talking about. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes and gravy. I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off of my man. Did someone call for me? No, geez, Van. While I'm over here crushing Lena's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Sanders returns, armful of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into a boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friend. Oh, howdy there, Ashley Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looks like Lena was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it. Oh, I just realized I did that in Ashley's voice instead of Van's voice. Oh well. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts about whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken is quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and drumstick. This makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for the Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. I'm here to learn and express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect that format. Okay? I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Lena as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Lena's natural talents or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed and boiled potatoes into perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It says, if your natural passion guided you through the steps, you know so well your attention was elsewhere. I know what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hands. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which he pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds out a spork to you. You reach out and grab a hold of it. He doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. And you see Ashley with a sinister look. You know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something! Do something! Scooping a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Lena. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both be better prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I have potato face? Van rushes back over, covered dish in his hand. Hi, Kyrie, welcome in. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. Ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and I will look, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't quite strike my nose right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It's been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him. Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie, tastes like poison. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are motionless as statues. That's okay, Kyrie. You'll be able to catch the VOD, and I'm gonna upload this one to YouTube afterwards so that you have access to my makeup tutorial to get this look. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They're motionless as statues. Class ring, bell rings, disrupting the moment, snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite out of danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kind. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Ghost of student. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all of his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What, like, for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building is taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and a little more spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Lena? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef in the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working towards that dream day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts. That our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting stars. Hey, no, you! Shut up! I'm here, the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that! I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. Oh my god. This is... just the place to stop. This is such a good ad break spot. I thought I'd take a short break for those of you who are on ads in the ad break. In the dimly lit chat room of Queen Lena Beam, whispers of romance with a poultry twists flutteredly through the air. Phoenix Foxtrot, a seer of love, predicted a clucking chemistry between the protagonist and Pop. Not the protagonist, definitely the other person, but no. Kyrie made a late but stylish entrance, dropping a boop like a secret code. And amidst the digital applaud, a new lead emerged. Feed Lena Bean's channel? Mysteries Dispense. Yeah, I got a YouTube channel. Spark Monster is here to fight a hero. I think I left the bridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me? Just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me. Because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? You decide to go on the attack. What attack will you do? Cook with love. It just got real. That attack really upset the sport crosser. Source monster goes on attack. Spit hot gravy at you. Oh no. Sport monster focuses their mashed mind and draws the energy from the Mother Earth itself. They grow large and more intimidating. How will you respond? Defend. Trepidation. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, "This is not happening. This is not happening." Sport monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on attack once again. Take 2 damage. Take much more damage. You're not going to be able to survive the battle. Yeah, so... Vile villain, your reign of tyranny stops here. Colonel Sandals summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Hot Pie Power Pinch! Hot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Fork monster is defeated. Injured sports monster spews steam into the night. Finish him. No student will ever walk in the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong chef. Student loan debt destruction does 10 damage. Spork monster is completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, Lena. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears to be a cookbook. Upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hand. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away, and without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a great guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. Feel the covers being pulled over you. You're tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. All right, give me a second. Minor snacking break. In your dreams, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild vision you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredients. Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. I wanted a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. Meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, so this might sound a little strange, but I thought I think I might like Pop. Like him? Like him? You know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kind of stories about Colonel Sanders. Like, did you know this Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3? Not only that, but he founded a special unit of super soldiers who all wear the same hats just because he put a hat on one time and thought it looked cool. But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. You sure did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? So the summer while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in a botanical garden where I was wandering. He told me of this passion for spices, secret spices. This man even gave me some. Show me what he meant. He said that it was a powder created from some super duper rare flower petal, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. A $5 says they're fucking poppies. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I ever created. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyway, anyhow, oh, probably cocaine, actually, because that comes from coca. like food. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, and you know, like pen pals. I bet you would love to know more about these new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it would be of use to anyone. Because I have new. I know it sounds like something that's but what can you do? However, she emergently turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone. You can see probably not good. Or you can ask her to confirm she's definitely not texting her salary you and her update. Of course, more Sakura paddles whenever he arrives at school. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. It is important that you remember this exactly as I say. If you forget, the world could end. I could have been trapped in the realm. I've been trapped in the realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me, but you have to repeat my name 3 times, and my name is... Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school. Maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who's in the wrong here, but one thing's for cool. Colonel Sanders is dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. That's nice to hear. No one appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. Into the classroom, you see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting bad recipes bad, experimenting restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try to take a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulders, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. You sit near the rivals and leave your back turned to them. And you even hear Van Van muttering something that sounds a little bit like a magical spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class. You're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you know what a good meal is if you ate it. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. I don't know what you're talking about. The book is an apparently heirloom contents or secret. You know that you haven't. Sterling book. They got pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him, and he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing. Hee. Before you can dig any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry. He rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Who do you think you are talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think that it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got a lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor. He's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. Sorry for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very tired. But I'm here now, and hopefully you're ready here to learn. Rub his furry little dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps up on you and licks in your face. Down, boy, down! Off toppin'! That command, shouted by Colonel Sanders, has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to this lesson. Truly you do. Which is why in the 1776 at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Lena? Naturally, this appears to be the sample platter. Which item do you use? Shimmering pepper. The pepper triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, ooh. The sky again. I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh, you must avenge your death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was trying to fulfill your... I'm saying to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine. I'll work through... To fulfill the prophecy, you must... You feel like stuck with me in consciousness. Oh man, you come to and everyone's staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The levels of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand they stop wasting their time, step up and tell them you're on. We're gonna tell them you're fucking on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Lena. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Shirley has to stop this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sporting court. Finally, a little sense should be the silently. At least, not until we turn on the timer. And then, just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the word, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope it's a message that lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now's my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one. You're feeling like you can really impress me here again. Time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Let's rub my furry belly. Let's let that entice you off or motivate you. If you need to season the chicken before you're going to need, but you don't, but you have an idea. 11. When you're a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from every day. You meditate on his advice and grow. Oh, I'm doing so bad. Okay, I just want to do this correctly. Oh my god, I just overclicked. I'm a dum-dum. Okay. Hundred C. 11 herbs and spices. What state of mind? Gratitude. Small town where dreams are born. Sizzling. So, silence? Be awesome, except knowing that he's watching makes you totally forget what you're doing. Now all you can think about is skeleton. How many spoonfuls of gravy to take? I know you have nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance to utilize in a kitchen battle, but sometimes it means sacrificing that personal touch. You may not have any hands, but Lena does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer, rescue your dough before it's overmixed. You're not fast enough and your hand gets sucked, immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you're going to be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Hand just shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can't turn out much more different. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. Battle's over. Can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default, right? No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Lena's injury. You see, Sprinkles began to lick his doggy chops as he locked onto the dish. But I suppose I should at least tell us what you prepared. Because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Lena to do the honors, but since you're injured, I am afraid that pouring this creamer in of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hands. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away and reveal the ingredients within. Inside, you find a delicate fried cheese croquette. Atop, a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his fingers into the hot chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger onto his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something in his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize. Oh no. He's probably going to tell you that they're in love, and he won't ever ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. I know you're hurting right now, not just from devastating loss, but that run-in with the mixers and the small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. It wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome for sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ones. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my good business partner to a gunfight. And I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived. For a while, anyhow. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now. But it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved that. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something no amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from getting the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that... Oh, wow, I just realized I was doing the wrong voice. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster. Gorko, the Spork Monster, is here to fight the hero! Whoop whoop! Hi, Juggalo! Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko? But I could have sworn we've already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Borko? Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Lena is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life's too short for making enemies. I suppose we really don't need to fight. It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat. Don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes you. You come with a quick idea. Jump on this. You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp. Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no, I was a chihuahua, but I was still a student at this school until one day some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Precisely. Porco used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on dark, evil magics. You should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. It sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Lena. Together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. Sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, you're surrounded by his things. You start to feel a special bond with him. Looks like you're living such an exciting life, Looks like you're living such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with. Trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up when he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? You decide that you're ready to share the original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk
talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special gift that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway.
Magnificent.
Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw until it's just a spoonful remains in the bowl.
Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire the taste later and think back on this moment.
You could offer to make him more, but he seems a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not?
Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment.
You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look at closer. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure this must be the Colonel Sanders himself. That or maybe the drumstick that he's waving like a rattle. Frames a baby picture of themselves. Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of a company they founded, am I right? You gaze out of the window, across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading into the world on a quest to avenge my death? What? I've never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you?
I could tell you my name. Right now it's...
Can't you see him in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the Colonel table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic. It's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little more note clipped on the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silver in color. It's made of actual spun silver. One of the framed photos, an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders, standing with a friend. They hold a fried chicken drumstick and appear to be cheersing them. Look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices? Take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but you wipe it up and read the inscription. You realize the lashes of all my past careers and business failures. A scented candle. You pick it up trying to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer 69? No, it's one of the secret ingredients recipes. It's... Tap on an item to learn more. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Open the door of his closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging. Take it off and try it on. Jacket's big, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in a scent, and then they say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on. He wants you to try to taste it. Try to act casual until he knows why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. The thought of leaving the Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel?
Yes, Lena?
I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful.
I think you're right. We should take things slow.
Talk late into the night and drift into slumber. Dream sequence. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is the day that could change the rest of your life. Do you think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about? In some jurisdictions, blank isn't even legal, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast. Your mouth waters in sight of it.
Here is a simple breakfast I just whipped up.
You can taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question.
So, would you say that we're the perfect match?
How presumptuous.
My cuisine and your taste buds, that is.
Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest chef? Gift to cookery? Flatter him. You know, I do think that we make a pretty great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes as he gazes out the window.
And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail.
Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home and find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night, and I've been desperate to talk to you about it, and I couldn't find you, and I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since you'd been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him, and of course I told him, you better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But then he was interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. I was like, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little guy.
Red food, 40 food coloring. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Phoenix.
Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house. But things quickly spiraled out of control. Did you just say shush house? As if that's a thing people just say? Like, what is that even referring to? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however, bottling up the deal so we don't know much to say. And I went on a date too. To Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. There's... Am I being because obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong? You don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not grasp effects because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, right, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles with the dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. There is a horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Lena, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're just twisting my words, and I won't have it. Clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things get close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Lena, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning the competition. Technically, I don't believe the winner was Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided. But your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Lena. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walked into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine food. See you inside, Lena. Annoyed by the Colonel's inability to see Ashley for who she really is, you walk across the crowd to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's a spell book? Looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if they weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane writing saying, cast only in a case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. Oh, this is gonna go swimmingly, I can tell. Click. I could use the spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus more on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else, not dark-rooted magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Oh, big decision? We'll let chat do this.
I mean, it did, but I'm still gonna let chat decide. I just realized that it was the lead up to ad break. That's so funny. I'm going to let the timer sit the extra minute for ad breakers on Twitch to get back. Ooh. All right, I kind of want to know what the answer to the None Other Than Fallen in Love by Hamilton Joe. That's funny. Don't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and begins to breathe quickly. Yeah! Immediately goes for it and gobbles up the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh raw chicken hide. I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, Lena, were you studying something with cinnamon? I have been sitting in on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Lena, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see,
But before he can go on any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by a sad whimpering coming from the back corner of the room. I told you to save it for after class. But I missed you. We went on one date, Pop. How can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away again. That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by Shush House. Pop, we went on one date. We're over. And it meant so much to me that I made this for you. Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves his creation and runs out of the room. Oh, what was that, Phoenix? Bad choices. The robot would have been the better love choice. Children don't belong in restaurants. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate, but we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam, TM. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think of your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion to ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe sorta, but there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. It's not like Pop or Clank or anyone else you met today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest in you anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheek. I really should review my menu for today. I'm gonna make a really special soup, and I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend your time before the exam. Decided to head to the arena early to practice the dish. This is it, the location final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van's as the supposed man and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through quick tests of recipes you've been working on. Lena's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making the dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven, but as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Lena, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, I just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake. The smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were in here cooking something delicious. You'd actually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick when the oven timer goes off behind you. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was pot pie just from the smell? Not just pot pie, but chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning away any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It is the best pot pie I have ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sparkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules except to cook with everything you've got. You step up the cook-off in a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over to the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are stepping wildly elaborate dishes, both their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates into the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, Baster Blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and ride! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it. 5-style pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as it was foretold. We mustn't let it happen. We'll let the appliance uprising, or else the appliance uprising will take us all. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic and turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate to not see her win another battle. Should you take the opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it the hard way. It's the best way. Because it's the hard way. But it's the right way. Break in a glove. Yeah, make it extreme. Make a reference to the least favorite song in Dear Evan Hansen. Why don't I? Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Lena. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Lena, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied. The ingredient was all made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? Boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watering noodles began to swirl in the air, bubbling up with a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve, Wait. What happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Gorko had the day off. But you have conjured Steve. And I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster noticed that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel the Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school when I'd fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind. I'll talk to you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Summon up from inside yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Lena, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. Power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds are preparing their entire lives for a moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful because when you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and you can't be served. But don't worry, dear Lena. You may have suffered some setbacks, but it's not all lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet, rolling with the punches. He steps to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up. You're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What'll happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What? Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students. The time expired. The moment everyone's been waiting for. You must prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off screen, you hear a pure innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hee, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by an elastic of his underpants. But get down from there right now. Let me guess. Did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, this is not the worst prank in the college's history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks, clanks. Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged. There's definitely a typo right there, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Well, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, and the time comes for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward and describe your dish. I have made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. What a teeny tiny Narutomaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl. Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal had been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with this much love poured in it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Lena, for helping me do what I believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made udi over smooth egg custard with an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer each of the urchin spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in the sniff uni. But he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkle goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back his tongue, is broken and prodded. Ouch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It's poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could be difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount the sympathy. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps a bowl of milk. I know, yes, I am a dog, and I drink milk. Get over it, sometimes it helps with my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup, topped with a French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway, as it's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Lena? I told you it's a display piece. Actually, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is the cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it. This is an extremely good job cooking it. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage takes over Ashley as she cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley stormed off, rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled down by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. Somewhere in the room, the literal drum roll plays. Just what I thought. I have seen everything in the kitchen. You give me this thing and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, you pass, you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They seem to be transcended in this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even the Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnificent fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be even more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is completed and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated to serve as the site of their school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking area, the humble decor seems downright and cozy. DJ Dog in the house! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs that they did when they were villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally meddled out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had tried to say, but everyone's too wrapped up to Spork. Talking to Spork, I mean Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking. And you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched Pop his dirty little chef hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I knew you weren't able to complete the final exam and to accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing of the school, not to mention an honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Miriam, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events, an offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. Get to be a princess or maybe a queen. I'm not even sure if he knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got too much to do with my life. A twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend, so many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch accidentally get blown away by a single sneeze. Okie dokie. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day when you met him, he has come to feed the entire class, prepared to feed the entire class. However, not just enough to give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Lena? I couldn't help but wonder. Was our final exam team up purely an act of strategy carried out by two cunning chefs? Or was it something more? I'm afraid I can't answer that question directly. Instead, I'd like to ask you a question of my own. May I have this do-si-do? Colonel Sanders extends his hands to you. You feel a surge of energy jump off the tips of his fingers. His hand, the hand of a master chef, so dedicated to the craft of fine cookery, so tender, yet refined, so milky smooth. Fingers like finely battered drumsticks, turned in flour, and soaked in buttermilk, and dusted with exotic spices. But they do not reach for tongs, a knife, or even a spork. Tonight, they reach for you. And though our feet may tire of dancing, I believe this is just the beginning of our steps together. Colonel Sanders, will you not only join me on the dance floor, but in the kitchen as my co-chef and partner in both business and in life? You gasp, could it be? Is he really saying? Me? And you? Together? Ever since I met you, my dream has changed. Not enough to simply open the greatest chain of fried chicken restaurants. No. Even then, my life would be incomplete without you by my side. So what do you say? Partner? I say, I love you, Colonel Sanders.
All right. Hmm. Um, I gotta think of a good raid message. What do we want to do for a raid message? Because, like, I feel like... I feel like that's a good cutting off point for the day. I did a full face of makeup. I got the drumstick. Oh. Phoenix, you got about half of it right there. There we go. This is our raid message. Who wants Chickman? The Colonel gave Lena his drumstick. Oh, stick, not strick. Stick. Correct spelling. Correct spelling. Let's get those raid messages ready. Alright, let's see. Yeah. Let's be honest. It's always human one. Everyone ready with their raid message?
Phoenix Foxtrot 510 expects UP for spending 50 beans. The fool.
Okay. All right. We are getting ready to raid. Let's go ahead. And I hope you guys have a good time over at Human Ones. Looks like she's going to be playing a scary game.